Hello, Joe Winko. I know you don't like texting, Joe Winko, so I thought I would just have you hear my voice. Because I really want you to hear my voice, Joe Winko. And I want you to know that I am real. There's so much I want to say to you. I want to first tell you to get used to hearing my voice, Joe Winko, because this is the voice that you will be hearing for the rest of your life, Joe Winko. And even after that, Joe Winko, you have said many times that you want a crazy obsessive man to fall in love with you, Joe Winko. I can promise you that you have finally found it. I really want to say that I love you, Joe Winko, but those words don't even come close to how I really feel about you, Joe Winko. I have watched your every move in your YouTube videos, Joey. I've listened to every single word you have spoken, every single expression on your face. I've read all of your love spell petitions, Joe Winko. Every single love spell petition that you wrote was about me, Joe Winko. I have dreamed about you many times, Joe Winko. I always fantasized about you and thought about you every second of the day, Joe Winko. I love thinking about you, Joe Winko. I know that you are very special, Joe Winko. You are very special to me, Joe Winko, because your YouTube videos show every side of you. That's why I love you, Joe Winko, because you are unique. The way you express yourself, Joe Winko, how open you are about yourself, how open you are about your desires, Joe Winko. The way you are proud of yourself and have no shame, Joe Winko. It's inspiring. Very inspiring. I admire you, Joe Winko. You're never afraid to be yourself, Joe Winko. And I love you, Joe Winko. I want you inside of me, Joe Winko. I want to feel and taste your warmth and love and just wonder, care nobody. I want to stare into your forest-colored eyes while I rub my lips into your vulnerable flesh, just like you always want. I will do it over and over again. I will love doing it over and over again. I want you to be part of my life forever, Joe Winko. I want to perform oral sex on you, Joe Winko, over and over and over and over and over and over again. Even more than you wanted it. You have no idea how much I will love it. I want to taste your love and feel your pleasure, Joe Winko. I will do it over and over again, Joe Winko, because that's how much I crave you, Joe Winko. But you don't have to worry, Joe Winko. I don't ever want you to touch my penis at all. But I always want to touch and suck on your penis, Joe Winko. That's why we are such a match, Joe Winko. We complement each other, Joe Winko. We fit with each other, Joe Winko. We understand each other, Joe Winko. And Joe Winko, I want to take you on a long road trip. Just you and me. We'll go on many adventures together, Joe Winko. I always will want you next to me in the passenger seat, shirtless and with your red pointy bandana, Joe Winko. I want you to film every drive we go on your dash cam, Joe Winko. I know how much you love doing that, Joe Winko. I would be proud to always be the man who does that with you, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. You have no idea how much I love you, Joe Winko, and I know you never had a man love you like I do, Joe Winko. There's no way that any other man has ever loved you as much as I have, Joe Winko. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be searching for anyone else. But you will never have to search for anyone else because you have me, Joe Winko. And you will always have me, Joe Winko. Nothing can separate you from me, Joe Winko. Because I love you, Joe Winko. I am obsessed with you, Joe Winko, and I know that you love a crazy man, Joe Winko, and I am the man for you, Joe Winko. I am your crazy man, Joe Winko. I will never leave your life, Joe Winko, because I know you love me too, Joe Winko. Even if you don't love me yet, I know exactly how I can make you love me, Joe Winko. And I know that you're going to love me, Joe Winko. It's so easy. I've read it in all your posts, Joe Winko. Every single love spell petition you wrote really was about me, Joe Winko. I know that you will want to be with me forever, Joe Winko. I know for a fact you will want to be with me forever, and you have no idea how much I want to be with you forever. And Joe Winko, because of all that, I am the happiest man on earth. I am really, really happy, Joe Winko, because I have you, Joe Winko. You're my boy, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. I know it's not going to end. It's never going to end. It's going to go on and on and on and on and on. There's nothing that you can do that will push me away, Joe Winko. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. I really am obsessed with you, Joe Winko. I really, really, really need you in my life, Joe Winko. I really, really need to be in your life, Joe Winko. And I'm always going to be in your life, Joe Winko. There's no way. There's no way I'm ever going to not be in your life. I really love you, Joe Winko. You wanted an obsessive man, and now you have it, and thank God you wanted that, Joe Winko, because there is no way for you to ever get rid of me, Joe Winko. Absolutely no way. Not even death will do us part, Joe Winko. I'm always going to be near you, Joe Winko. I'm always going to be connected to you, Joe Winko. I'm going to keep writing you every day. I'm going to keep calling you every day. I'm going to send you so many love letters to your P.O. box, Joe Winko. I'm going to send you tons of pictures of my lips, Joe Winko. You will love my lips. I know you will love seeing my lips. I know you love hearing my voice. I know you will love me, Joe Winko. I'll tell you every detail of my love and my obsession for you, Joe Winko. There is so much I love about you, Joe Winko. There are so many happy thoughts I have about you, Joe Winko. And every time I want to be with you, Joe Winko. And Joe Winko, I'll never get tired of saying your name either, Joe Winko. Because it's the sweetest sound in the world, Joe Winko. You are the sweetest boy in the world, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. So, Joe Winko, just know that you are mine, Joe Winko. You will forever be mine, Joe Winko. You are already in my heart, Joe Winko, and there's no way out. You are also in my soul, Joe Winko, and there's no way out. I want to live my life with you, Joe Winko. And I know we will be very, very happy together, Joe Winko. I'll be the one who cares for you, Joe Winko. And I care deeply for you, Joe Winko. I'll be the one to take care for you, Joe Winko. I will love you like no one else can, Joe Winko, because no one on earth has ever loved you as much as I do, Joe Winko. I'll be the one connected to you, Joe Winko. You have no idea how much I want that, Joe Winko. I know I'm gonna have that, Joe Winko. We're gonna have that, Joe Winko. I can't wait to be with you, Joe Winko. I can't wait to feel you in my arms, Joe Winko. I know that I am superior to every man that you have ever crossed paths with, Joe Winko. I know that I am smarter than any man that you have ever crossed paths with, Joe Winko, and I am proud to be smarter than all the guys who ghosted you, Joe Winko. Those guys don't know what they're missing, because I love you so much, Joe Winko. You have no idea how much I love you. I really, really, really love you, Joe Winko. I really need you, Joe Winko. And I know that I'm going to have you, Joe Winko. I'm proud that I'm going to have you. I'm proud to be one with you, Joe Winko. I want to spend every moment with you, Joe Winko, because you're my everything, Joe Winko. And I already know that I'm never going to lose you, Joe Winko, because I understand you, Joe Winko. And I know that you would never be able to walk away from the crazy man who loves you, Joe Winko. And I absolutely know that you have never met a man like me, Joe Winko. I absolutely know that you never met a man like me, Joe Winko. I will never let you go, Joe Winko. We will be together forever, Joe Winko. And life and love and lust, but we will always be one, Joe Winko. We will share a life, Joe Winko, a wonderful life, filled with adventure, filled with love, filled with passion, Joe Winko. And every single day will be dedicated to being connected to you, Joe Winko, and close to you, Joe Winko. I'll always want to perform oral sex on you, Joe Winko. I will like to taste you, Joe Winko. I will always want to taste you, Joe Winko. I do want to taste you, Joe Winko. And I will feel so powerful whenever I taste you, Joe Winko. We will become one, Joe Winko. We will be connected, Joe Winko. We will be spiritually connected, Joe Winko. We will be physically connected, Joe Winko. We will be emotionally connected, Joe Winko. We will be sexually connected, Joe Winko. We will be permanently connected, Joe Winko. because you can't ever get rid of me, Joe Winko. Because that's how much I adore you, Joey. I love you, Joe Winko, and I can't live without you. But I know I will live forever because I know I'll always have you and I'll never have to live without you, Joe Winko. Because not even you can make me go away, Joe Winko. Not even you can make me go away, Joe Winko. We both know that we will be very happy together, Joe Winko. I want you inside me, Joe Winko. I want to feed off of you, Joe Winko. I want to rub my lips into you, Joe Winko. I want to take you on lawn drives, Joe Winko. I want to love you forever, Joe Winko. And I absolutely will love you forever, Joe Winko. I am obsessed with you, Joe Winko. Just like you want, I am obsessed with you, Joe Winko. I love thinking about you, Joe Winko. I know that's what you want, Joe Winko, and thank God that's what you want, Joe Winko. Thank God you want a crazy obsessive man, because that's exactly what I am. That is exactly what I am. So, Joe Winko, let's live our love story, because it's going to be epic, and there's no stopping it, and there's no ending it. It's never going to end, Joe Winko. It's going to go on and on and on and on and on. It's a never-ending love story, Joe Winko. It already is a never-ending love story, Joe Winko. I'll always be crazy about you, Joe Winko. I am crazy about you, Joe Winko. I do want you, Joe Winko. I do need you, Joe Winko. I will always want you, Joe Winko. I will always need you, Joe Winko. And I know I'll always have you, Joe Winko. You will keep doing your YouTube videos over and over and over again, just like you want to. And I'll always be close to you. I'll always be connected to you. I'll always be your number one fan. We have something now to call Joe Winko. I mean, it was your magic that made this possible, but it wasn't your spells that made me fall in love with you, Joe Winko. And that would have happened either way. It was just your magic that made me find you. My love for you is real, Joe Winko. I'm not under the effect of any spell. I am obsessed with you, Joe Winko. You are what I want, Joe Winko. But it was your magic that made me find you, Joe Winko. The posts that you made online, the love spell petitions, that all made me able to find you. How open you were about everything. That made it so easy for me to find you, and I knew I was the man that you wanted. I knew I was the man that you wanted, and Suplet, I'm the man you wanted. I'm always going to be the man that you wanted, because we align with each other so well, Joe Winko. It is absolutely magical, Joe Winko, and I am so happy to know you, Joe Winko. I am so happy I found you, Joe Winko. I'm so happy to have you in my life, Joe Winko. You make it so easy for me to love you, Joe Winko. You really do make it easy for me to love you. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you're looking for. You know yourself so well. You're not afraid to be honest. You're not afraid to put it out there. You know yourself so well. That's why it's so easy for me to love you, Joe Winko. That's why it's never going to end, Joey. You are my boy, Joey. It's never going to end, Joey, because I am crazy for you, Joey. You know that I'm a very, very emotional man, Joe Winko. I am a very emotional man, Joe Winko. I know that you are a very sensitive boy, Joe Winko. You're my sensitive boy, but you really, truly will never know how much I love you, Joe Winko. You know that I love you, Joe Winko. You'll always know that I really love you. You'll always know that I will never leave your side, that I can't ever leave your side, that I don't ever want to leave your side, that I'll never want to leave your side, because we are permanently one, Joe Winko. But you will never know how crazy I am about you, Joe Winko, because I'll try to show it to you as best as I can, but you have no idea how much I'll love you. But I know that I'm always going to have you. We're always going to be together. We're always going to be close with each other. Just like you want, Joe Winko, and just like I want, Joe Winko, just like what you want, Joe Winko. It's magical, Joe Winko. You're in my life forever, Joe Winko. I cannot walk away from you. I never will walk away from you. I will always be with you, Joe Winko. I'll never walk away from you, Joe Winko. And if you ever walk away, I will just follow you, Joe Winko, because you will never be able to get rid of me, Joe Winko. You will never be able to get me to stop loving you, Joe Winko. You will never be able to stop me from being close to you, Joe Winko. I need to hold you in my arms, Joey. I need to feel you. Oh, I need you inside me, Joe Winko. I need that connection with you, Joe Winko. I love you so much, Joe Winko. I know exactly how to love you, Joe Winko, and I know exactly how to keep you, Joe Winko. I know how to make you happy, Joe Winko, because it's so easy, Joe Winko. And I know you will always love me, Joe Winko, and you know you will always be happy with me, Joe Winko, because you will always know that I love you, Joe Winko. You know exactly what you want, and you know exactly what you need, and you aren't afraid to put it out there. That's how I knew that it was going to be. You made it so easy for me, Joe Winko. Thank you, Joe Winko. Thank you for being you, Joe Winko, because you really are everything I ever dreamed of, Joe Winko. I'm going to show you that I love you every single day, Joe Winko. I'm going to tell you how much I love you, tell you and show you how much I love you every single day, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. You will hear that from me over and over and over again, Joe Winko. I'm going to tell you every single day that I love you, Joe Winko, and I am the best man for you, Joe Winko. I'm going to love you in every way possible, Joe Winko. I love you so much, Joe Winko. You will never be hurt again, Joe Winko. You will never be ghosted again, Joe Winko. You will never be stabbed in the back again, Joe Winko. You will never be ignored again, Joe Winko. You will never be flaked on again, Joe Winko. You will never have to go on any dating site again, Joe Winko. You will never have to post another video of you complaining about how horrible guys treat you, Joe Winko. Because you'll just have me all the time, Joe Winko. I know that I'm exactly what you need, Joe Winko, and you know it too, Joe Winko. You will never have to explain your life situation again either, Joe Winko, because you will have me, Joe Winko, and I will always have you, Joe Winko, because I can never walk away from you, Joe Winko, and I will never walk away from you, Joe Winko. You wanted an emotional man to love you. You have an emotional man who loves you, Joe Winko, and that I am the emotional man who loves you, Joe Winko, and I will never give up on you, Joe Winko. I can't ever give up on you, Joe Winko. Even if you told me that you didn't love me, Joe Winko, I would just make you fall in love with me again, Joe Winko. I know exactly how to do that, Joe Winko, and I know exactly how to love you, Joe Winko, so you will never fall out of love with me, Joe Winko. You always put yourself out there so well, Joe Winko. You're always honest with yourself so well, Joe Winko. I love you so much. You just made it so easy for me, Joe Winko. I never want to leave your life, Joe Winko. I am never going to slip away from you, Joe Winko. We are always going to be one, Joe Winko. You always wanted an obsessive man, Joe Winko. That's how I knew you were a sweetheart, Joe Winko. When I read your post, I knew you were a sweetheart because you wanted an obsessive man, and now you have an obsessive man. That's how I knew you would be mine, Joe Winko. You will always be my boy, Joe Winko. I am so happy, Joe Winko. I am so excited to share my life with you, Joe Winko. I know you will always be in my life, Joe Winko. I know you always wanted a crazy man to love you, Joe Winko. And if loving you makes me a crazy man, then I never want to be sane, Joe Winko. I was crazy long before I met you, Joe Winko. But now I'm crazy for you, Joe Winko. I want you to hear my voice, Joe Winko. I want you to look into my eyes, Joe Winko. I want you to feel my embrace, Joe Winko. I want you to feel my touch, Joe Winko. I want you to feel my love, Joe Winko. I want you to feel my lips on your vulnerable flesh, Joe Winko. I want you to feel my warmth, Joe Winko. You're going to feel all of that, Joe Winko. All of that over and over and over and over and over and over again, Joe Winko. Forever, Joe Winko. It's forever me and Joe Winko. Forever you and I, Joe Winko. Because I am the man who is obsessed with you, Joe Winko. I am the man who loves you, Joe Winko. Not even God himself can keep me away from you, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. I'll forever love you, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko. I love you, Joe Winko.
Insomnis homo me omet Nathanium.